Hey guys, welcome back to the Bronx Giants Chat, hosted by yours truly, Glow. And how is everybody doing today? Well, I did my first video and I thought I sounded really great. Want to do a shorter, compactor video just talking about our picks, who I like, who I think is a great plug and play system for John Harbaugh and our squad, and touch upon some needs. Last video, I also talked about something about a strange coincidence that I wanted to touch later, but I kind of wanted to save it for this video because it mainly just talks about the drafts. Well, number one, I want to say, if you like what you hear, like and subscribe. Please get me fighting to do my endeavors and become bigger. Thank you guys, and I appreciate you guys taking time out your schedules to listen to me. Well, number one, let's get it started. Well, as everyone knows, the Giants don't have many premium picks. We have a whole onslaught of sixth round picks, which is mainly congested of 186, 192, and 193, which where I think we can probably get some repeat players, probably some extra, offensive linemen, some extra linebackers, maybe an extra, cornerback is something that we can get ahead and start filling in holes and gaps in places that we actually really need. Last video I also touched upon. I love the fact that John Harbaugh is a wheel and deal type of coach, and that's something that I've been yearning for. I think it's a lost art. I think the Giants this year need to be smart in doing what they need to do. And I feel at this fact that, we need more good, impactful players. Our biggest need, in my opinion, is something that I said that we needed for 2 years. Which last year, at the time, I thought it was linebacker. Even still to this day, I think it's a linebacker. I think that a lot goes on to the process of thinking beyond just being a fan. And I get it. I understand, the logistics of picking it. You got your livelihood on the line. I think John Harbaugh is going to bring back that basic fundamental that we've been missing as Giants fans, is the wheeling and dealing. And this is what I love. The Bill Parcells wheeling and dealing. He did that. He was a great Ernie. Of course, he was our GM. He was a great wheeling dealer. Jerry Reese was a decent dealer as well. I feel at these draft picks of what we have right now, I think that the Giants can pull a Houdini. They can look like the champions and the biggest winners ever in history if they played it right. First off, we have a fifth round pick. I think that that's our greatest commodity. I'm not going to lie, in the beginning, I didn't think that was a good thing to trade the fifth round draft pick and go ahead and pick Caleb Downs or Sonny Styles. But lately, I've been kind of, Jeremiah Love's been growing on me. I don't know about you guys, man, but Jeremiah Love is growing on me. That's what's really killing me at this point. But with saying that, we got three great prospects that we actually could use. You don't know what Cam Scatterboo is going to be doing. He's coming off of a leg injury. Seldomly people are, come back from that really good. I know we got, Ricard, and I think that's great too. If getting a fullback, every time we won a championship, we had a fullback. And that's a lost art as well of what Brian Dable got away from in his tenureship, along with other, lackluster performance coaches that the Giants organization hires. I think the Giants was smart. They would probably, fire Joe Sheehan next year and bring back Tom Coughlin as the GM. I know Tom Coughlin has a very cushiony job over at the NFL, and what he's doing over there, being the president of operations and safety. And I take a big, really big convincing of the money to him. But at this point, I don't think. I think Tom would either come over out of the love, or come over because you're giving him what he wants. It's just money, and I don't think he needs the money at all. I mean, he's probably well off. I mean, the man is a two-time Super Bowl champion. He deserves his stripes and medals in all aspects across the globe, whether you're a Giants fan or not. But I think the number 5 pick is our play 2 point now at this point. And I usually do, like I said last video, I do a mock draft simulator powered by PFN. Like, once again, I strongly do believe that Mel Kiper has his hand in this particular program on the internet and the company. So with that being said, in my mock draft simulator, most of the time I get somebody like Miami, or I get a couple of weeks ago I was getting a lot of Kansas City. But right now, the most consistent person that's been a trade partner in that, just speaking hypotheticals, right, is, believe it or not, is the New Orleans Saints. Giving up their, I believe, 8, and I believe it's 42, if I'm not mistaken, of the draft. I'm going to go ahead and double check that. It is 42. So, and they are willing to bargain with that, and we play back. I think that would be the smartest move. In my mock draft simulators, we still get our picks. We could even toss in acquired Jeremiah Love. I think Sonny's going to be gone by that time, but I think Caleb will be there in most of my mock drafts. Caleb's there, Sonny's there, and Jeremiah's there. You're saying, well, that's just a mock draft simulator. But yeah, but the simulator is based on needs of a programming IQ, which you can't respect, because last year I called every player on the Giants last year, and it was because of the mock draft simulator powered by PFN. So shout out to the PFN program simulators and owners. You guys are doing a great job over there. But I think that's going to be our greatest commodity. Now let's talk about a little bit of players who I think are really going to be really, really good for the Giants if we do decide to draft back. I always get this kid's name wrong. This young man's name is Dylan Thieneman. He's from South Oregon. My nephew loves Oregon and the Ducks, and I think he is pretty much top quality. If we decide to trade one more time back beyond 8, he would definitely be a great stud for first rounds. I kind of wanted to stay away from the Jared McCoy. He's coming off an injury. Yeah, he was a beast. The problem is you don't know how these kids are going to come back. And, for that, I'd rather pick, Monsieur Delane. I think he's another great, think about it. I mean, if you pick any of the Ohio State candidates, you can't go wrong, right? As everybody is saying. But what I'm saying is I want to play this smart. I want to get this next second round to draft back, get this next second round to probably, also think about next year, because our next year is not too freaking, crazy either. If I'm a coach and I'm John, and this is the two things I want to do. I want to draft down to get capital for not only this year, but I also kind of want to be mindful for next year. Next year we can get ahead and squeeze a third rounder to squeeze out of somebody, or a second rounder to squeeze out of somebody for next year. And this is not also providing that Kayvon or a Dexter Lawrence gets traded. Now that whole demographics, I'm gonna have to make a new video. There's gonna be a whole new demographics now on the board. I also, for second round, I really, really like Denzel Boston if he does make it there, and if we do get 2 picks in the second round. And I love this kid Jacob Rodriguez out of Texas Tech, man. I think this guy's a dog. I think he's a plug and play guy. So is C.J. Allen. I'm a little bit more biased, me being a huge Rodriguez fan, but C.J. Allen is right up there at Georgia. He's another dog. You can't miss. You can't miss. You can't hit. I say you go. Whatever you're gonna go with. Let's just say we pick a corner or a safety. We can't miss at any of those positions. Paulson Adebo's been looking abysmal last year, and we wasted money on him, which I knew it was either him or Holland that were going to be the bust. And I thought Holland did a great job last year considering what he has done. I thought he did very well. I think Paulson Adebo did very mediocre at best. He was hurt, and I just thought that maybe he could have did a lot better. So I kind of want to fill in gaps and put, we already got him. So at this point, either we drop him or we go ahead and build around these guys. Remember, you can only have a 54-man roster plus your, 30 guys for, I guess, your practice squad, right? I think it's 35. I don't know if they changed the rules. By the way, a lot of rule changes this year. You got to be up. I'm not too good with the graphics yet. I'm doing everything off my phone. So please, by the time I get going, we're going to get better and better at graphics. I can't do this yet. I can't do that yet, but we'll get there. We'll get there. And shout out to everybody who's actually doing the channel. This does take time, and you don't understand how it is to stand in front of a camera talking to yourself. It takes a lot of charisma, and thanks to guys like you who are watching our posts and streams. Thank you for taking time out your schedule for watching us. Please, and once again, if you like what you hear, like and subscribe. So now not based on those type of players that we're gonna get for either Kayvon, like I said, or depending on them, it does change the demographics. Like I said, Jeremiah Love is growing on me. I think I draft back. We draft back. We get another second. And I think we kind of stick to our 3 trios that we need: a safety or corner, a wide receiver. Maybe a top little wide receiver, Denzel Boston. A Casey Concepcion, a Chris Brazel. Who else is up there that I really really love as a pick? Avion Terrell, I think he's also another good. Chris Bell, I think he's another good. We're looking for a slot receiver to replace Wandell Robinson, and that's kind of what the guys who I want. I want complimentary guys now. I don't need the deep threat. And besides, we don't know whether or not we're going to pick up OBJ. There's just too many factors going around. Remember, there's only about 2 weeks left till the draft, guys. And this is why I'm doing my video now. I just didn't want to get caught in the hoopla, because now look, for the past couple of days, not really much to talk about. This is why I'm putting out videos, because there's nothing to talk about. And besides, I would like to just talk to you guys. I mean, to see what you guys think. And then, if we catch one of our seconds and we can go ahead and go back a little bit and pick up a third, and that will be great. That will be excellent. We give about 37 to get like a 50 and an 80 something. I would be more than gladly to do that too. I kind of want to stay relevant. There's a big gap between second round and fourth round. You're talking about 37th pick all the way to the 105th pick. And to me, just like last year, Joe Sheehan was a part of that, and I just think that he's not the guy to have at the wheel at this point. I think we need John Harbaugh, and I don't see Joe Sheehan sticking around for that much longer. Like I said, I gave you some potentials of what I hypothetically would do if I was John Mara. Bring back Coughlin. Give him what he wants. Make his wife move back up to the cold. Throw them everything that they need. And that's what I think the Giants do need. And I think filling in that 37 to 105 gap will be great. With the extra pick, even if we go with let's just say in the first round, I know fifth round I've been getting Miami Dolphins as also a trade partner. They got 11 and 30. I would do 11, and that's 2 first rounders right there, baby. I will definitely do that to give up the first round. And I guarantee you one of those top 10 players is still ready on the board, and I think it'll be great. Next time in between with this, I'll get another opinion. I'll bring my brother on, and we'll get another opinion. But this is where I'm at, structuring what I think we need. And I don't think we should be jumping out the windows for offensive guard so early. I think we could pick up something great in the third round. Hell, we got a whole bunch of sixth round draft picks. Pick them up there. There's a lot of one guy I want you to go ahead and keep your eye on. For the draft is I want you guys to keep an eye in the third and fourth round, even the fourth round at 105. A gentleman by the name of Isaiah World, Oregon, offensive tackle. He can be switched to move. This kid is a wide load. I think there's so much potential going backwards. You got Rutledge. You got a whole bunch of guys who we can potentially get ahead and get around. And also on the back half, I think we double down on some of the picks that we have. Get some fresh faces in there. Get some studs in there, And I think drafting back is gonna be key for the Giants. You guys let me know. Tell me what you're thinking and like in the comments. Please, and subscribe to me. Thank you. You're at the Bronx. Thanks for hanging out with me, So Glow. Have a good day, guys.